This is a trade that I was talking about in the Telegram, how we were pulling back, and I thought we'd retest those highs. We had that really nice push up. You could have, I took some of basically the B entry there, and then I like to take these trades in segments. So even though I think I'm going to a certain area like 750, which was the ultimate goal here, I'll take B, then get to that, that high, and then I'll look for a reset like this with the E period where I started entering contracts just above that 730, and then I took a little heat on the F period as it pulled back, but you can see the delta level out, and then it started pushing here. So I felt pretty good that we were gonna at least get back to basically the area we are right now. And I thought with that strong push up, they're gonna want to test that D high. If this started to fail right here, I would kind of readjust, maybe take some off, maybe close the whole thing. But I would definitely take a few off, but there was just no sign of it letting up here. And then once we get to this D high, then I do want to take a couple, just because we could go through a whole nother rotation. So I didn't want to get this far into it and not take something home. I think you want to pay yourself at these levels. That's how I do it at this point. I think I could adjust a little bit and maybe move instead of taking two here. I could have, if I thought we were really going to push past here, and I wanted to stick with my 750 thesis, move the stops up instead of taking them. But I still think there's, I think you got to pay yourself as it comes available. So I'm looking at the top here, and then the 740 level. I'm going to front run that a little bit because each one of these phases, I've seen it push up just like that, and then it could collapse on me. So I'm front running the levels just a little bit. And then I was looking at this 745. I was talking about this in the Telegram too, that because ultimately I was thinking 750, but I was looking at the 745 to exit because I thought the 750 was a lot bigger number and there'd be a lot of people front running that number. So I thought 745 should give me a nice clean exit. Plus the IB's there, so you got multiple reasons. Not that it wouldn't end up going to the 750, but that would be a spot, kind of like we're pulling back now, that you might get a little bit of a deeper pullback before you, move to that 750. And I try to mitigate the stress as much as I can by, taking some at the D, taking some at the 740. Because if you're holding all the contracts through this, and I've had them, this is hindsight, right? So you're looking at this, and the first thing you think is, why not just hold all the contracts to the 745? But I've had them come back on me. So this is kind of a learned behavior. And I think you need to pay yourself as you accomplish each level. Eventually I've been working towards, being able to maybe get at the B period and then you just hold to the 750. And, I've taken some trades like that, but a lot of times you get, like I said, deeper pullbacks before they actually go to that goal. So, and I think this is one of the ones that was pushing hard enough. You're getting the delta confirmation that ideally you could have done that, but then you really get burned on the ones where you get to 743 and then it retraces that entire move. So that's kind of what I'm doing with the stops there, right? So once I'm over that level, I wasn't going to give, I'm not giving that back past the 740. So I think you could have done that at each one of these levels because this one was pushing so hard. And I think the line drive movement like this is kind of out of the ordinary, but it would have worked here. And I closed that last one, we're close enough. And then I took another look once we got over the 750, like I said, and you had that J period that was basically the exact same trade.